Do you know the will of nature? What has happened has prevented you from acting justly, prosperously, self-controlled, rightly determined, honest, humble, qualities that allow your true nature to flourish. Marcus Aurelius doesn't entirely disregard the value of the past. He sees the past as a guide, observing how everything unfolds and repeats itself in cycles. When it comes to the future, our imagination often operates uncontrollably, creating many scenarios of what might happen, many of which may never occur. First, we think about how to handle possible outcomes while trembling in fear of the unknown future, or what will happen in our life. In some cases, what happens is exactly what we predicted. In many other cases, fate surprises us with events we couldn't foresee, whether for better or worse. Some people have devoted a lot of time and effort to preparing for an ideal retirement, but sometimes life doesn't go as planned, and these plans may not materialize. However, we should not give up. Instead, we can learn to adapt to changes and adjust our plans to create a meaningful and exciting retirement. On the eve of the golden years of life, a diagnosis of late-stage cancer with only a few months left to live, the possibility of such events leads to many worries, constantly considering the best and worst that could happen. What if World War III breaks out? What if I lose all my money? Such unfavorable outcomes are possible, but should we worry about them in advance? As Seneca suggested, the future troubles us because we think about it. It doesn't exist outside of our minds. If you were facing a life-threatening cancer diagnosis, what would prevent you from living today and enjoying every precious moment of your precious life? Stand up, hold your head high, no matter what you're going through, whether it's trivial or significant. Put on your finest clothes, your best shoes, and create moments that will be remembered even after you're gone. Marcus Aurelius focuses on his reaction to events. We cannot control the past, and perhaps we cannot control them when they happen in the present. However, we can control how we face these events. Initially, we may consider the past as an unfortunate situation. We may have gone through a difficult childhood, or the end of a friendship, or failed business efforts. But for Marcus Aurelius, the essence of these events is not important. What matters is how he deals with them. He posed the question of whether we can call something a true disaster if it doesn't violate the essence of human nature. Can you say that something is a disaster if it does not contradict the essence of human nature? Or do you think that something that does not infringe on the will of nature can violate it? Do you know what the will of nature is? Have the events that have occurred prevented you from acting with justice, generosity, self-control, intelligent judgment, honesty, humility, and authenticity, qualities that allow your natural essence to flourish? Interestingly, Marcus Aurelius did not completely dismiss the value of the past. He viewed the past as a guide, observing how events unfold and repeat through cycles. Through the past, we can infer about the future. This brings us to the present. Marcus Aurelius recognized that the present moment is all we have. It is a narrow field within our reach, while the past and the future are vast areas beyond our control. The present exists only in a moment, and the rest of our lives have either passed or remain undisclosed. Yet, we often focus on areas beyond the present. We become dissatisfied with how life unfolds at this moment, perhaps because things are not going according to plan, or because our desires are not yet satisfied. This is when the present moment becomes a painful confinement, where we endure under the dominion of the future or cling to the passing present. Marcus Aurelius's advice is to fully enjoy the present moment. Embrace it as it is. He advised that we should not let our emotions be dominated by the current situation, even if we do not like what is happening or cling to what we have. He believed that the way the world unfolds is not within our control, but our reaction is within our control. While we cannot control external events, we can control how we react to them.